Good morning, everybody. Look what's just arrived for me. Do you recognise that logo? I just realised that all of those patterns are legs. That's cute. Shall I show you what's inside? 3 pairs of tights from Snag. Dark crystal, pumpkin spice, which I've been wanting for ages. And then this one says blood red, but I can't. That's not what I thought I ordered. Let's open them up and see. Wow, would you look at these? I remember now. That looks much more orangey red than it actually is in real life. I wonder... Don't know. It must just be the light that's affecting it. Pumpkin spice, and look at these. Dark crystal. Aren't they ace? Which one shall I wear today? I'm going to go and have a shower and get dressed, and then you can find out which ones I decided to put on. I decided to go for dark crystal. Oh, aren't they lovely? Gosh, the floor looks so yellow. It's not that colour. I'm going to put my boots on shortly because we're off out on a little adventure. I promised I'd show you the... Oh, excuse the sellotape sounds. Because you don't need any more than that, darling. That is loads. Just leave it. Let go. I'll sort that in a bit. I promised you I'd show you the progress I'd made on my cross stitch yesterday. I put in this stalk and then I put in all these leaves. I might do a bit more in a bit. I'm really enjoying it. There's not that much left to do now.
I'm going to my friend's birthday party and I'm very excited. I'm going to a pizza hut today.
And how much pizza are you going to eat?
Lots.
Are you going to have some salad as well?
Maybe.
Excuse me. And are you going to eat... I'm sure you won't be going to eat... Don't pick your nose on the video. Thank you. Are you going to eat some ice cream? You won't, will you?
I will. Did the produce you win? I will eat ice cream.
Have a nice time.
I will. Good evening, everybody. It's getting on now.
I actually had a little power nap after I'd read to Cos. Fell asleep under the blanket for about an hour. Probably not helpful with going to sleep in a bit. But I thought I'd show you what's in this basket because I'm going to work on it a little bit tonight. Let me get it out. This is an English paper piecing quilt top that I'm working on. And it's autumn and Halloween themed. I've got lots of lovely fabrics going in here. Some which I've been gifted, some which I've bought, some which I've swapped with people, some which were already in my stash. And it's just steadily growing. And it's not had much attention recently. So I'm going to paint my fingernails because they were getting chipped. So I'm going to put some new nail varnish on. And then I'm going to sit and work on this for a little while before I go to sleep tonight. And I'm very much looking forward to it. I just love this randomness. Whenever I'm putting one on, like this, here, this will be where I go next. And when I'm choosing my hexagon for here, I will simply make sure it coordinates nicely with the three. When I say coordinates, I don't want it to blend too much. So as long as it will contrast nicely with everything that's around it, I'm happy. Oh, and then I also check to make sure I haven't got another one of them in the immediate vicinity because I don't want too much repetition. I want a nice even spread of fabrics. I try not to keep, if they're going to be on the same axis, I try to make sure that there's quite a decent spread of space between them, if that makes sense. And then the reason it looks more lumpy in the middle and more neat around the edge is because I've started taking the papers out of the middle because it makes it so much harder to work on when it's got all the crispy papers. So I just leave a border of hexagons with papers on, and then every time I complete a full round, I take the next layer of papers out from the middle, which makes it a lot easier to store and a lot easier to work on. Right, I'm going to get some nail varnish on and I'll be back later to show you what I'm working on with it. This is Malloween, this is Malloween, 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 Malloween. Here's my job for tonight now then. I've got my nails freshly painted. So in order to add these hexagons to the quilt top, they have to be tacked onto the paper. So I use just some, this is not specific for the job, but it's Aurifil thread and a nice sharp needle. I think these are milliner's needles. I'll check in a bit. And then I'm going to use one of these papers. And I start with one edge, fold it over, and I make a knot. And then I just stitch round, stitch along, fold, stitch along, fold, stitch along, fold, and keep going until the end. And the frustrating thing about this pile is, you can see these ones are nice and new and fresh. But when you go further down, you find that some of them, nearer the bottom, like these ones, have got frayed edges. That's because these have all been on the papers once already, and I've had to take them off and wash them and press them, and then I'm going to have to restitch them. And that was because I had a bit of a disaster in the front room a few months ago where a bird got down the chimney and caused a massive soot fall, and this basket with this project in was sat on the hearth. So everything in the basket got filled. All of that, right down to the bottom of the basket, is full of all the fabrics that I'm using, and they had to get washed. Yeah, so that was extremely frustrating, and so now I need to catch up and redo these ones. And I need to order some more papers because I'm very nearly out. I've got loads of them that I've already taken out, and I could press them and reuse them. And I probably will at some point. I think they might all be downstairs, actually. But just for the purposes of being able to get on with it without any further faff, I think I'm going to order some more. So that's what I'm going to get on with for a little bit tonight. I can't do loads because it gives me cramp in my right hand if I stitch too many on. But this is one of the new fabrics I just got. And that one. That's quite a new one. Yeah, I've got lots of really lovely fabrics. Some Halloweeny, some are just autumnal. Some have no particular theme, but the colour just works well with it. So I've popped it in. Anyway, I'm going to say good night and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Meadow Hall shopping day. So that will be fun. Oh, excuse me. Right, thank you very much for watching today and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.